Serious Charge and Espresso Bongo were both X-rated movies. It's ironic, isn't it, that my first two films would be X-rated, and therefore my actual fans, who were probably in their early teens and younger, wouldn't have been able to officially, legitimately see the films.
Do you want to take in the finale?
Nothing personal, kid, but I think I need some fresh air.
You too. You've been running nearly as long as the show. It's known as Fidelity, and your G-string slipped.
When the opportunity came up of making a film, there was no way we were going to decide not to make a movie, even though it did have sequences that were nude sequences. But of course, they were only seen in France. I remember as we were shot, it was really funny. They're probably available now in Britain, of course, but at that time, the sequences with Sylvia Sims, where she was supposed to be a striptease dancer, and Lawrence Harvey's girlfriend, they filmed it in clothes. And that was supposed to be the English version. And then they said, right, I could close the doors, we're now going to do the French version. It was hysterically funny, really, when you think of it. And they did shoot, and of course the rest, we were all around watching these nude scenes being filmed, I have to say. My premise is that, for instance, if you watch any dancer worth his or her merit, however they gyrate, however they use their bodies, it is sensual. And I would prefer to be considered a sensual person than a sexual person.
Ain't no fool, young love is rough and tough. And if you wanna win, you gotta play it real cool. Yeah, love like a fire, cozy and bright, warms you with flames of desire, then burns you up all day and tears your heart out at night. So when her lips look real inviting, brother, keep your head, just take it slow, daddy-o. You let it up and soon be dead. Love is a fever, death in disguise. Love has no rules for fools, who fall for all the lies that women tell with their eyes. Ooh, yeah. Fever, yeah, death in the sky. Love has no rules for fools, who fall for all the lies that women tell with their eyes. Oh, just take it slow, daddy-o. You let it up and soon be dead.
I'd say that child's got more sex than age.
How would I know? I'm abnormally normal.
In point of fact, I'll still die believing that they chose the wrong person to present it. That my appeal was not sexual but sensual. And I still prefer that. But yes, okay, I have to admit that they were, in the scripting of it, trying to say that there is this kind of sexual motivation amongst people.
Like the sun, Bongo. You mustn't take too much of it at once.
Anything you say, Dixie. You're the boss now.
Good. Turn over.
Do you think Johnny will make any trouble?
Johnny's not in a position to make anything anymore.
It's gonna be marvelous going to the States.
With me?
Yeah, with you. I bet you thought I was a real drip when I got sloshed that first night.
You'd be surprised what I thought.
You see, I never thought of me and you in that way. Well, you wouldn't really. But I'll say this for you, Dixie. You've got what it takes.
I've got the lot, haven't I?
And the lot.
Very lonely having the lot Alone?
Go on, you alone? You're always in the papers.
Sure, sure.
What kind of act are we going to do in New York?
Haven't thought out the details yet. You'll sing?
Yeah. I'll freshen up a bit. You know, put a bit of pep into your show.
Thanks.
Well, let's face it, Dixie. You're fabulous, but you're a bit on the square side.
I am I?
Still, maybe getting on a bit.
I think maybe I am.
But you're real class.
I wonder if you're going to help me much.
Help you what?
Help me. Oh, hell. Turn over. You're done this side. Bongo.
The story of Espresso Bongo is interesting because it was supposed to be depicting how perhaps life within show business was lived. You know, managers getting hold of naive young singers, exploiting them. And I'm sure that's happened.
Mother, maybe that's it. A new kind of rock with mother song, a sort of Oedipus rock. Yeah, that's what you should be doing, Beast. Putting down in music what Bongo and all the other kids in the country is worried about.
Me? I'm just an ordinary kid.
Yeah, save the humility for the press. Now, we've got to be analytical about this. Well, look at the headlines you've had. For a few days, you've become a sort of national anti-hero. You're every poor little fish in the country, only covered in gold chips.
Who, me?
Yes, you talented little Burke. You've got a chip on your shoulder and an H-bomb in your pants, a sneer, a twitch, a hell in your head. It's you against the world, baby, and the world loves you for hating it.
The film did show what could happen and did happen in those days. There were many artists, and even today, funnily enough, you still read about artists, and it's just amazing to me that with all the street credibility that people are supposed to have and understanding, they still get taken for a ride.
Come on, Bongo, baby, you're on.
I just did it.
Well, did it again. Just hold that camera. Wherever that camera goes, let it find you. Right. 3, 4.
Of course, Mr. Mayor, I wouldn't say my voice is quite ready for opera just yet, but honestly, my
Perhaps
singing...
you'd be kind enough to stop chatting, Mr. Mayor, and listen to this brilliant boy.
My heart was so heavy with longing for you. My arms were so lonely, lonesome and blue. Alone in my sorrow, I heard a voice cry, a voice in the wilderness, a voice from the sky. Have faith in your darling, the voice seemed to say. Be true to her memory, she'll come back one day. And though there was no one, nobody to see, a voice in the wilderness brought comfort to me. We had a quarrel, I was unkind. Why did you leave me? Love made me blind. My darling, forgive me, I yearn for your touch. Have pity, come back now, I need you so much. Believe me and you hear it, the voice from above, a voice in the wilderness, the voice of true love.